breaking news that's shaking the very foundation of the NFL. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, the kind of blockbuster move that sends shockwaves through the league and has every football fan buzzing with excitement. The Dallas Cowboys have just pulled off what many are calling the perfect trade, a deal so massive, so strategic, and so electrifying that it could redefine the entire 2025 NFL season. If you're a Cowboys fan, you're probably jumping out of your seat right now. And if you're a fan of any other team, well, you're probably sweating a little bit. Why? Because the Cowboys have brought back one of the most dynamic, game-changing wide receivers to ever wear the star. Amari Cooper is officially returning to Dallas. Yes, you heard that right, Amari Cooper, the elite route runner, the clutch playmaker, the man who transformed the Cowboys' offense during his first stint with the team, is coming home. This isn't just a nostalgic reunion or a feel-good story. This is a calculated, season-defining move that could propel the Cowboys' offense to heights we haven't seen in years. We're talking about a move that could finally push America's team over the hump and into Super Bowl contention. The NFL landscape just shifted, folks, and the Cowboys are at the center of it all. So grab your popcorn, hit that like button, and let's dive deep into every single detail of this monumental trade, because this is the kind of news that demands a full breakdown. Let's start with the basics. After months of speculation, rumors swirling, and behind-the-scenes negotiations, the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns have finalized a deal that brings Amari Cooper back to Big D. Sources close to the situation tell us that this trade wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment decision. No, this was a meticulously planned operation, spearheaded by none other than Cowboys owner Jerry Jones and Executive Vice President Stephen Jones. These two have been working tirelessly to make this happen, driven by a clear vision to bring stability, speed, and elite playmaking back to the Cowboys' receiving corps. And let me tell you, they didn't just hit a home run with this trade, they hit a grand slam. So, what did the Cowboys give up to make this blockbuster deal a reality? According to reports, Dallas sent a mid-round draft pick and a conditional late-round pick to Cleveland. Let that sink in for a moment. A mid-round pick and a conditional late-rounder for a player of Amari Cooper's caliber? That's not just a bargain, it's an absolute steal. Cooper is a proven roan, a guy who's been torching defenses for years, and the Cowboys managed to bring him back without mortgaging their future. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones deserve a standing ovation for this one because they've just pulled off a masterclass in roster management. Now, let's talk about why this move is so significant. To understand the magnitude of Amari Cooper's return, we need to take a trip down memory lane. Back in 2018, when the Cowboys first acquired Cooper from the Oakland Raiders, the impact was immediate. He didn't just step into the offense, he transformed it. Dak Prescott's performance went through the roof. The passing game found a new level of consistency, and the Cowboys finally had a legitimate WR1 who could strike fear into opposing defenses. Cooper's ability to run crisp routes, make contested catches, and create separation was unlike anything Dallas had seen in years. He was the missing piece that turned a good offense into a great one. Fast forward to 2025, and the Cowboys are betting that lightning can strike twice. This isn't just about bringing back a familiar face, it's about reuniting a proven weapon with a quarterback who already has chemistry with him. Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper were magic together during Cooper's first stint in Dallas. We're talking pinpoint timing routes, jaw-dropping back shoulder fades, and sideline toe-tap catches that left fans in awe. It was poetry in motion, and now, with both players older, wiser, and more experienced, that connection could be even more lethal. Insiders are reporting that Dak is absolutely thrilled about this reunion. In fact, as soon as the trade was finalized, Dak reportedly reached out to Cooper personally to express his excitement and get the ball rolling. That's the kind of leadership and camaraderie that can take a team to the next level. But let's not get too caught up in the nostalgia just yet, because this trade is about so much more than warm fuzzies. The timing of this move is absolutely perfect. The Cowboys have spent this offseason quietly retooling their roster, focusing on smart, targeted acquisitions rather than chasing big-name free agents. They've been methodical, building depth and addressing key needs without making a ton of noise. But bringing back Amari Cooper? This is the kind of move that grabs headlines and changes the trajectory of a season. It's the best of both worlds, a smart, strategic acquisition that also happens to be a massive statement to the rest of the league. Let's break down why Cooper is such a perfect fit for this Cowboys team. Right now, Dallas has one of the most promising offenses in the NFC, anchored by superstar wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. Lamb has emerged as one of the league's premier pass catchers, a guy who can take over games and make defenses pay. But as great as Lamb is, he can't do it alone. The Cowboys have been searching for a reliable WR2 to complement him, someone who can take pressure off Lamb and keep defenses honest. Michael Gallup and Brandon Cooks are talented players, no doubt, but neither has consistently filled that WR2 role the way Cooper did during his time in Dallas. With Cooper back in the fold, the Cowboys now have a legitimate 1-2 punch at wide receiver that's going to give defensive coordinators nightmares. Picture this: CeeDee Lamb lined up on one side, drawing double coverage because, let's face it, you can't leave him in single coverage. On the other side, you've got Amari Cooper, an elite route runner with deceptive speed and hands like glue. If you stack the box to stop running back Tony Pollard, Cooper is going to burn you over the top. If you focus too much on Lamb, Cooper's going to eat in man coverage. And don't even think about ignoring the red zone, because tight ends Jake Ferguson and Luke Schoonmaker are going to feast with all the attention drawn by those two elite receivers. This is the kind of offensive balance that wins championships, folks. The Cowboys' playbook just got a whole lot more dangerous, and Mike McCarthy is probably grinning from ear to ear thinking about all the possibilities. Speaking of Mike McCarthy, let's talk about how Cooper fits into his system. One of the reasons this trade makes so much sense is that Cooper already knows McCarthy's offense inside and out. He thrived in Dallas under similar play calling, and he's comfortable with the expectations that come with wearing the star. During his time in Cleveland, Cooper put up solid numbers, but he never quite became the focal point of the offense the way he was in Dallas. Between quarterback changes and system adjustments, his talents were often underutilized. Now, he's coming back to a place where he's not just a cog in the machine, he's a centerpiece. This is a fresh start for Cooper, a chance to remind the NFL just how dominant he can be when he's in the right environment. And let's not forget about the ripple effect this trade has on the rest of the roster. With Cooper back, the pressure eases off younger players like Jalen Tolbert and Kayvon Turpin, allowing them to develop at their own pace without being thrust into roles they're not ready for. The run game gets a boost too, because defenses are going to think twice about loading the box against Pollard with Cooper and Lamb stretching the field. Even the offensive line benefits, because longer drives and more explosive plays mean less wear and tear on those big guys up front. This trade doesn't just make the passing game better, it makes the entire offense better. Now, let's talk about the financial side of things, because the Cowboys didn't just win on the field with this trade, they won in the front office too. Cooper is in the final year of his current contract, which means Dallas isn't locked into a long-term commitment unless they want to be. If Cooper returns to his Pro Bowl form, the Cowboys can work on a new extension to keep him in Dallas for years to come. If things don't pan out though, let's be honest, that's hard to imagine they maintain cap flexibility heading into next season. This is the kind of low-risk, high-reward move that smart teams make, and it shows that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are serious about building a contender.